Welcome to 21st Sports. Week 2 is underway, and we're talking the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots in their matchup played September 18th, 2016, as these two AFC East division rivals went at it. Of course, Brady once again would not be under center as he's serving his 4-game suspension, so we had Jimmy Garoppolo, and Garoppolo was on fire early on as he threw 3 touchdowns in the first half before leaving the game due to injury, as he was injured by Kiko Alonso. And if memory serves correct, I'm pretty sure that's the guy who broke Geno Smith's jaw, and he injured Garoppolo. Looked intentional, but it didn't matter. Maybe it was because the Dolphins were just getting totally dominated by the Patriots. The Patriots were just beating the stuffing out of the Dolphins. The Dolphins had no response for that other than to injure the quarterback. But it didn't matter. They injured Garoppolo, and even still, they couldn't stop Jacoby Brissett, as he would end up leading the Patriots to a touchdown on their first possession of the second half. But it was 24-0 early on when Garoppolo was in there. His first touchdown went to Danny Amendola, a 12-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Then he hit Martellus Bennett for a 20-yard touchdown that made it 14-0 after one. Then in the second, early on, just 2 minutes in, Garoppolo hit Danny Amendola for a second touchdown connection with Amendola, his third touchdown pass of the game. That made it 21-0. Gostkowski added a 34-yarder that made it 24-0. And then finally, on the very last play of the first half, the Dolphins would get on the board with a field goal. Andrew Franks hit a 27-yarder, and it was 24-3 at halftime. The game pretty much all but over. And with Garoppolo having to have left, LeGarrette Blount carried the load. And LeGarrette Blount, he was looking like he was back at Oregon, the way he was running over defenders and hurtling through the air. He just had a huge game, and he scored on a 9-yard touchdown run for the first points of the second half that made it 31-3. So total domination by the Patriots. And at this point, they just went into cruise control. And now that it was garbage time, now the Dolphins could score. Now that the Patriots were playing prevent, like letting up, now you get to score. Dolphins, who just been dominated the whole game, who had to injure the quarterback, as they finally got into the end zone with about 6 minutes left in the third. Tannehill hit Kenny Stills for a 24-yarder. And then in the fourth quarter, Tannehill hit Jordan Cameron for a 12-yard touchdown to make it 31-17. And with about 6 minutes left, Kenyon Drake scored on a 7-yard touchdown, and that made it 31-24. So they actually brought it within a touchdown, and it made it look on the board like it was a close game. But that was after having been down by 24, getting dominated the whole game, and then now in the end of the game, oh yeah, that's what happened. Like, you score in the end of the game, you score in garbage time, it doesn't mean anything unless you somehow catch a team so asleep at the wheel that you take the lead, then you got it. But the Patriots victory was never in doubt whatsoever in this game. Just total domination by the Patriots. Don't be fooled by the pundits, as some of the stuff you'll see out there is total horse crap. They made it seem like it was actually somewhat of a close game when it really was not close at all. They said all the offense by the Dolphins came in garbage time. So you actually look at the numbers. Garoppolo was 18-27, 234 yards and 3 touchdowns before being injured by Kiko Alonso, the dirty player. And then Brissett came in. He was 6 for 9 for 92 yards. Take that, Miami. LeGarrette Blount, 29 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown, totally dominating the Dolphins on the ground. Martellus Bennett, 5 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. Julian Edelman, 7 catches, 76 yards. Hogan had 4 catches for 59 yards. And Danny Amendola, 4 catches for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Dolphins, Tannehill, 32 for 45, 389 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Landry had 10 catches for 137 yards. Parker had 8 catches for 106 yards. Cameron, 5 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Stills, 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Tannehill was actually the leading rusher for the Dolphins with 6 carries for 35 yards, as the Dolphins could not get anything going on the ground. The Patriots defense just totally dominated them on the ground and in the trenches. And we look at the defense as well. Logan Ryan forced a fumble. Jamie Collins had an interception. Freeney forced a fumble. Harmon had an interception as well. And on the other side, Maxwell, McCain, and Thomas all forced fumbles. First downs 29-23 in favor of the Patriots. Both teams were 50% on third down. 7 of 14 for the Patriots, 5 of 10 for the Dolphins. Of course, that was all came late in the game. Before that, they couldn't convert a third down to save their lives. Total net yards, 465, 459. Of course, again, all the Dolphins' offense coming in the fourth quarter and in the second half after the game was well out of reach. We look at the net rushing yards, more than twice as many net rushing yards for the Patriots, 161-70. And then we look at the penalties in this game, 7 against the Patriots, 65 yards, 5 against the Dolphins, 49 yards. And we look at the red zone, 3 for 4 for New England, 75%, 2 for 3 for Miami, 66%. Of course, those 2 touchdowns came in garbage time. Can't emphasize that enough. 36 minutes, 46 seconds time of possession for New England, 23 minutes, 14 seconds for Miami. So the Dolphins, even though without Brady and even though they injured Garoppolo, they still could not beat the Patriots, as the Patriots totally dominate the Dolphins. But let me know what you think in the comments section below, whether you agree or disagree, which plays and performances stuck out to you in this game. Definitely interested to read your opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and had a great weekend and enjoyed all the sports.